welcome back to another episode of The Artsy Amateur. Hope you all are having a fantastic day. Today I am going to be making a marble painting on an 11 by 14. So a little switch from the big canvases that I have been doing. I wanted to do a smaller one. I love 11 by 14. Not only is it manageable to work with, but it looks so pretty when you have many of them on a single wall. So I do tend to prefer the smaller size, but the big ones are always fun for a change of pace. I'm sure there'll be more coming soon. So this canvas, I don't remember what brand it is, honestly. It's a super cheap one from Amazon, and I'm a little bit curious to see how it does. I mean, I'll show you guys the results and let you know what brand it is in the description below. And if it turns out total disaster, you know, never want to use this again, at least you'll know. I'll know and you'll know that it's bad. But if it turns out just fine, I'll definitely make sure to let you know that too, because I mean, this stuff's expensive, right? So, you know, the quality seems pretty good for the price it was. So we'll see how it turns out. But today's color scheme I'm really excited about. So we're well into November, Thanksgiving's coming up, and I wanted to do something a little bit more darker, warmer tones and coppery tones. So the colors we're working with today, my base color is gonna be this straight bit Pearlized Bt Copper. And I'm really excited about it because I've used it as accent colors before, as an accent color for other paintings, but I've never used it as the predominant color. But it is a beautiful coppery color. It looks amazing in light and sunlight. So I'm excited to see how that turns out. Again, these are all Master's Touch pre-mixed pouring acrylics. And then for my accent colors, I was only gonna do 2. But then I got a little frisky and started mixing up a third because I thought, you know, in Bob Ross's words, oh, what the heck, you know, let's go bold, right? So I have this beautiful, it almost looks black probably for you guys, but it's a really dark, cool brown. So how I mixed this was I took a little bit of the Pearlized Copper. I added some Pearlized Blue and Pearlized Red, so kind of like a purple color, but then mixed it with the copper color to make this beautiful, cool brown that we're gonna use as an accent, as a darker accent. And then these two are they are straight Master's Touch. I didn't mix them myself, but I wanted to put them in these smaller containers because what I found out on one of the paintings I did recently, if I just use, you know, this as one of my accent colors when I do my diagonal lines, they're quite fat. They're much fatter than I would want, and they kind of drip everywhere. So rather than be a beautiful, straight, skinny line that's gonna expand, it kind of is globby looking, and I discovered that through a happy accident. So now I know. But this one is just the gold metallic, straight gold metallic from Master's Touch, pre-mixed pouring acrylic, and then this one is the Pearlized White. So I'm excited to use all of these in combination with each other. I think it's gonna be absolutely beautiful. And because we're working on a smaller canvas, I'm not gonna use my pouring medium as a flow extender. I've been doing that recently for some of the larger canvases, but since this is so small, we don't have to use a lot of paint today, so I think we'll be all right. Okay, did I cover everything? I believe so. Well, let's get started, huh? Okay, mix this up. This Pearlized Copper is so pretty. And so Thanksgiving is coming up, and it is one of my favorite holidays. Actually, it might be my favorite holiday, to be honest. So I'm really excited. We always travel to see my in-laws down in Virginia, so it's kind of always like a little family road trip, and it's always nice to see them. You know, we see them maybe once a year, so we're really excited to go down to Virginia. We're in central Pennsylvania, so it's about a 7-hour drive. We're also stopping along the way to see some of our friends that we used to live by. They moved down there pretty recently, so we haven't seen them in years, and I'm so excited to see them. So, all right, I got my Pearlized Copper down here. I'm just gonna take my spatula and fill in the little bare spots. And I did get a torch. I don't know if you saw my last video. I did finally get a torch. It's used for creme brulee. It's the cutest little, look how cute this is. Oh my goodness. It's so fun to use too. But in order to get the bubbles out, I was doing this, which actually works pretty well for the smaller canvases. The bigger ones, not so much. And when you slam it down on the table, it can splash places. So, and I love creme brulee. So this is a multi-purpose tool. I'm excited to use it in a lot of different things. But just getting some of those bubbles out. All right, now I want dessert. Thinking about creme brulee, now I want dessert. All right, I think we're ready to add our accent colors in. I might just stretch this preliminarily a little, just a tiny bit. Already has some cool colors in it just from the copper paint. The copper's just so pretty. But, all right, let's get to accent colors. So I'm just gonna go in a diagonal pattern like I normally do. I'm gonna test a little bit out there, good. Just a diagonal pattern very quickly. Try to keep it not super open. So I want kind of smaller lines. Here we go. There we go. But if I go quick, I'll get that too. So diagonal pattern. Okay. And I like to add a little wonky opposite diagonal pattern sometimes. Last time, usually I'm complaining to myself that I have too many lines. Well, the last painting that I did, the black marble, which, turned out so pretty. But, I did a few lines and then I looked back and stretched it and I'm like, I need more. So you gotta figure out a ratio which works for you. I'm still working on it, guys. But I'm excited to try this copper. And I'm gonna add a few extra lines just because I want to, because it's fun. But I think it'll turn out beautiful. And then the Pearlized White, I'm already loving the colors that I have here. I'm not gonna add, I don't think I'm gonna add too much white because it's gonna stand out like a sore thumb and I don't want it to take over either, so. All right, let's do it. Perfect, all right. Oh, looks pretty already. All right, let's go to this edge and corner here. So, paint. Really is excited about that. Go down, go over to the side. And I'm so excited. I just entered into an arts festival locally, so it's gonna be my first one. People who have followed my story, I am an amateur, so I've just been painting now since the summertime, and for fluid acrylics and pouring, it's been actually very recently, just like a month or so. So I'm really excited. I'm hoping my booth turns out really well. We'll see, I have to make one now. So I've always seen them at art festivals. I've never made one of my own, so I'm gonna have to ask my husband to pretty please, cherries on top, help me make a nice booth. They're 10 by 10s and it's in the spring, so I'm really excited. I'll have to post my booth when it's ready. Hopefully I'll sell some paintings. I definitely need to sell some paintings because I have too many. I have too many in my house. I keep making them. Now I gotta sell them so I can, so I can buy more stuff, make more paintings, but not have a giant surplus, so. All right, I am loving this. This is so beautiful. I don't You guys probably can't see that. The white kind of disappeared off of this side, which is fine. I'm not too worried about that. But how the lines cross, it looks absolutely stunning. And I already can tell this copper color when it's dry. Oh man, that is gonna be gorgeous. So, all right, I think I'm done stretching. Now I'm just gonna touch up my sides. Okay, so I'm done touching up my sides. Let me grab the camera and I'll show you what it looks like in closer detail when. Okay, here we are close up. And I know it's not metallic yet because obviously we're not in the sunshine, but it's gonna be so beautiful dry. I love that deep brown color. Oof, I'm gonna have to mix up a bigger batch of that and maybe make that as a base color. But the metallic gold, of course, looks beautiful with the copper. The brown looks amazing. And we got these little pops of white. So I'm interested to see how it's gonna dry. See which colors stand out. Obviously this is gonna dry a little bit darker as well, but it's also gonna be very metallic. So I'll see ya at the dry reveal. All right, here we are for the dry reveal. Ooh, look at those metallic colors. Yes, wow. So shiny, so beautiful. It looks like a copper penny with lines of gold. I love the deep brown. So beautiful. And then just little pops of white. And one thing interesting, so guys, this was the cheap canvas that I used. And honestly, I mean, obviously it's not gallery wrapped, so the edges aren't, you know, as professional looking, but it actually doesn't seem to make a big difference. So, you know, basically being half the price of, say, this canvas up here, it turned out just fine. And I'm excited because it's definitely more affordable. So yeah, highly recommend that brand. I'm gonna link it in the description below, so please give them a try. I do have all of these for sale. As you can see, this is, I'm calling this Russet Reflections. And I have this one up here called Shetland. And then I, of course, have my other paintings, Triassic, United Momentum, Bimini, Antiquity. So definitely, if you're interested in buying any, please send me a message. I am going to be setting up an Etsy site, which I'm excited for, but that's why I love 11 by 14s, because you can just have a whole wall of fun and different colors. But yes, this one turned out metallic and beautiful, perfect for fall decor, just lovely. So I am excited to try more. Thanks so much for tuning in for another episode. Please give a like on this video if you liked the content and the beautiful copper colors. Also, subscribe to my channel for a whole bunch of upcoming videos that I'm gonna do, and share with your friends if you think they'll find this interesting too. All right, take care everyone. See you next time.